Welcome back to the channel. This is a bit of a how-to on how to rebuild a 283 Chevy. Hey guys, welcome back. Half of Queensland's in flood, but we're not, we're on the top of a mountain. So we are rebuilding our motor. So this is out of our 32 Ford. So this is a 283 Chevy we bought. There's nothing wrong with it, we're just giving it a refresh. You can see here, this is everything laid out. Exactly how it came out of the motor. See what I'm saying? Exhaust, intake. Every bolt's in the exact right position. All the pistons are facing all the right way. Alright? Now I've taken the old rings off the pistons and cleaned the pistons. And there's the rings. They're in the right stack even. Even though we got new ones, we've just put, so every bolt, everything goes back in exactly where it came, see? This is how I'm no engine builder, but this is just what I was shown. We've got new main bearings, new rod bearings, new mains bolts. We've got new rod bolts, new rings. And that's all. We just gave the crank a linish. Right now we're just about to pop the bearings out. Off here, put some new bearings in this. So I just wanted to show you, this is what I did. When I tore the motor down, it's placed on here, it's written here, see? Driver's side. You know what I mean? So when this is the front of the motor, like I made it idiot proof. That's right, idiot proof. Front of the motor, driver's side of the motor, passenger side of the motor. Follow me? And then the pistons have been pulled out, and that goes to the front. See there? Not on that side. Pistons the same way. Everything. That's what I was told. So we've got new rod bolts. Everything has to be changed yet. So we'll just come in and out of time lapse. I don't know. Hopefully it don't blow up. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can hear, pouring down, night time, been raining here, God knows how long. Half of Queensland's in flood. Luckily we're up the top of a mountain, so we're all good. Anyway, we're building a motor. So you would have seen me, I just gave the crank a linish. I'm no professional. I've built 3 or 4 motors, right? But this is how I'm doing it. You would have seen me gave the motor a hone. It's the first time I've used one of those gunny brush things. So I don't know. I don't think it was the right size, but I've got some nice cross hatching in there anyway. So I'm just going to knock the bearings out, put you back on time lapse because it's too noisy. Alright, we'll just keep feeding this motor. Got a little tiny pry tool. There's a little tiny gap here. Little locator. These all look pretty good, the bottoms. They were all very good. So even over in my table there, I've still got all the bearings in the exact right order. Okay, we'll put them over on the bench. We'll give this all a quick wipe down and we'll come back. Alright guys, we bought the Marley non-sponsored bearings. These are the old ones. This is obviously the updated part number. This is obviously an update they do now. They run this through here. Get a bit better oil. Alright, put these in. So what we're going to do, what I do, you need some sort of, I'm going to be generous, you'll see me be generous with this on everything, alright? You see the little notch? Hopefully I'll melt that in the picture. That lines up with a little notch in there. There we go. Push them in like that. Make sure the tops are nice. Put the tops are nice there. I'll keep going putting these in. We'll be back. Right guys, we've got all those new bearings in. You're going to see me doing this with everything. I'm just going to be constantly dribbling oil as I build this, alright? Whether I'm right or wrong, is how I'm doing it. Now, we finished the crank as you've seen, so we can put that in. Go, that's nice. Felt nice. Once again, and just feel it. Feels nice. Alright. Now we're going to grab the caps. We'll put the new bearings in the caps. I'll come back to you in a second. Well guys, we're back on the other bench. Hopefully you can see alright. We've got our main caps here all lined up in order. Just going to do the same with our little pick tool. Going to pick these little bearings out through that little gap there I'm trying to. Yes, she comes. That one was okay, yeah? We've got to give this a quick clean. But these were the ones that I didn't like. It's pretty bad. So I was tempted get this. We'll see, we'll throw it together. We're not throwing any big horsepower through it, we'll see what it does. We don't know how long it will go since it's been built, we don't know. Right, so we've got all them out. I'll quickly give these a clean. Hopefully that rain's not too loud, or I'm not yelling. This is just brake clean over here. Just, toothbrush, we just want everything clean. Cleaner the better. So I'll keep going with this, guys. I'll give all these a quick clean and then I'll come back. We're back, guys. They're all cleaned up now. Already started putting a couple together. Like I said, I just put oil on everything. So once again, line the little thing up. See the little notch? You can probably hear the rain. They're actually cut off. In the weld at the moment. But we're going alright because other people are underwater. We're not. We're rebuilding a motor. How cool is that? Our only complaint is we can't go and get any iced coffee in the morning. Anyway, they're all back in order like they came out. Now I'll set these back up over on the other side. Just stick them on. And I'll have to find some bolt specs. I'll be back. You can see, got all the caps on, the new bearings. Got all the bolts in, finger tight. We've got our torque wrench here. I'm just giving it a spray up, and I'll just go and test it, eh? Always go test them. In case they stick, eh? So we're just going to go to 25 to start with. It'll be next to nothing. Got to take them all down. I'll probably do this without the tension wrench. There we go, we'll just bring the other one down the same. Hope you can hear me. If you can hear, it's still raining. You can hear that clicking. 25 foot-pounds. Here we go. Next one. And you hear that click, you stop. Right, now I'll adjust the tension wrench. I don't know if you've seen none of these before. But down here, we've got Newton meters. Now the other side, foot-pounds. So you pull this thing back, and down here is all your different amounts. So we had that on 25, right? So on there it had 29 and we went back. So we count through, I can see this working. So when that's at 0, that line, that's at 29.3, okay? So we want to go next, we want to do about 50. So we got a 59 mark there. $44. 51 there, we've got 51. Right, so we'll come up here to 51. That's 51 there. So what do? We want to come back a bit, don't we? Because we only want to do 50. So it's 51.6 actually, so we'll come back to about there. Boom, we'll lock it. That's about 50 foot-pounds. Now we'll go over them again. This time I'll start in the middle and then I'll work here, there, out, out. Alright, I'll put you on time lapse now. Now after we've done the one at 50, I think we'll do them all at 65, and I'll speak to my mate. I think we'll do these 3 at 70 and leave the outers at 65. So let's go. Still raining. About 10 o'clock at night. Do these rings, eh? So what we got is cleaned all this. These little tiny thin ones. Just 2 there. Now you got to check. See if there's any markings. These don't have any markings. If there's markings, and the markings go to the top, and you've got to be real careful with these. They're fiddly, and you've got to be gentle. So, I don't know, other people may do them differently, I just slowly work them down. So now, we'll just do one whole set, because we've got to do 8 of them. So we get the first one down. Then we grab our, this is our oil ring. This is our bottom one. Now, see the end there? How it points up. 2 ends. They have to point upwards. So we put this in the same way, but making sure that those two little end pieces are pointing up. That's how they want these ones put in. And these can be a real bit of a pain to get in. I don't know what the real technique is, to tell you the truth. But they fight me, these. Like I said, I'm no engine expert, okay? I'm no engine rebuilding expert. There we go. We've got that side in. Now we're off. It just overlapped and I couldn't get it back. The last little bit here. Right, there. Man, we made that look hard. Now, then we've got to put another one of these little ones in. Same, you've got to check to make sure there's no markings, because the markings have to go to the top. And now we're just pushing this around, pushing this down. Now, to the bottom one here, it's our joint in the bottom one. That's our joint in the top one. We've got to separate them. We also want the joint in our ring, which is here. We want to be away from that. We don't want our joints near that. So this bottom one has to move away from here. About 1.5 to 2 inches away. So there's our centre of the oil ring. There's our bottom one joint around there, and there's our top ones around here. That's not bad. So there's our two. Can you see that? Top joint, oil ring joint, bottom one. Now, we grab our next one. You can see this one does have a marking, a little dot on it. That has to go to the top. Now these ones, can be a bit more painful. Yeah, more painful than that one. Like I said, I'm no expert at this, so there'd be guys that would do this in 2 seconds with their ice blades, but I ain't one. Bit worried about this one. There we go. Got the tongue out, it says. There's our edge of that one, so that's not bad, away from there. Now we grab the next one. This one doesn't have any markings at all, so this can go whichever way. Of course, we don't want him anywhere near the last ones. Oh, the next one's getting on there. We got him. See, if you get it in the right spot, they go on easy. Just getting it in that right spot. Right, so we're happy with that. There's all our new rings in. Now, we've got to take this apart. Through. Now, we're putting new rod bolts in. Got to get rid of these. See if these will tap out or not. There we go, there's ones we took out. We took it clean with a rag. We've still got to put new bearings in too, don't we? Alright, so here's our rod bolts over here. These will need a little bit of a tap to get in. So we'll just take them over to the vise and give them a little tap in. Put the new bearings in. And we will do that to all 8. Then we'll be back. Oh, you would have seen we've got a couple of cylinders in. You would have just seen then. Just did all the new rod bolts. They're lubed. We've got all the rings done. New bearings in. We get this thing here. This is a ring compressor. Something, well, I don't know what you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. So we stick this on. A bit bigger. We'll just do this up. This compresses all the rings in nice and tight, the same size as the piston. That way they will fit in the hole. You fit them on the bore. Remember, they all spread out. They're all slightly bigger. I'll show you on the next one. Get this nice and tight. Make sure it's all in there. And we come over to the other side, making sure, now, see on our rod, see how one side's fatter? That's why I was saying the piston has to go in the right way. Alright, so I'll bring his over here now. So just watch the shaky camera. See if we can set you up over here somewhere. Now, as you see, we're taking the second piston, so we're going into there. Right, now, as we would have seen on the others, that's what I was saying, this goes to the front, okay? So we slide the rod in nice and gently. Look at the end of the piston, get that square so that slides in. Now, make sure we're nice and tight. We'll just get the end of the hammer. We'll just make sure our bolt's at the bottom. So we'll come down here. Now we see in there, see our little bolts. It's our rod bolts. You're going to see it there, but we've got to line them up. They're probably best going through here. Where are we? Right, see our rod bolt up there? So we just want to make sure we're not going to damage this when we come through. So we want to line that up with our hand and hold them out off of there. And then we're going to tap gently with the rubber part of the hammer, of the handle. Just softly just tap this down, and that will go, fingers crossed, nicely into its home. We'll see. Sometimes these can be an absolute pain in the proverbial if you haven't got this top piece right. Going. I think we're in. Oh, I think we're in. There you go. Now, what we'll do See our little groove here? It's facing the front, facing the front. See what I'm saying? Facing the front. It all has to go back the same way. It's very important. Otherwise, it will blow up. Now, we spin this over. The edges there might need a bit of lubing. Oh, it's getting seized up or something. Alright, so over there is our bolts. Might set you up just here. See if you can see what's from there. Probably not real good. Alright, we'll try. We will endeavour to try to do this one-handed and bring us right in on the action. So, you'll also want to see there. Let's get me a little tool here. Alright. Now you see here. See that down there or not? That little bearing cap has just pushed up a little bit. So we just want to push him back home. Okay. Now we get our cap. Okay, and see the square edge? Same, that goes to the front. But another thing is, that little notch in our bearing, there'll be one on this side as well of the cap. Okay, so now we just put that on. It's a bit hard to look camera. Boom, done. Now we go get our new nuts from our bench. We put them on and then we tension them down. I'll set you up there. It's you there, isn't it? Yes, it is. We'll turn this a bit more. Now, get our new nuts out. Pretty simple. Stick them on. Now these bolts have to be stretched. Now I don't have a stretch measurer. So what they say to do is to tighten them down to 40 pounds, foot-pounds, and then to undo them and then tighten them down again and undo them and then tighten them down a third time to 40 pounds each time, and that should give them the correct amount of stretch. It's what they recommend anyway. So I think we need an extension bar on this one. Take it, took that down till it basically was tucked, felt firm. Get them both to feel the same, and then we'll put our 40 pounds. Now, the experts can say what they want about what my torque setting is, that is what the ARP bolts say. With a click, that means we fit 40 pounds. Here we go again. Now we'll undo them. Take them back to 40 again. Loosen them again. Can be tedious. There's something, another idea guys, something to do is when you finish, torque setting on a bolt, couple of bolts like this, or the mains or whatever, sometimes can pay to get a texter and just tap the ends. They're finished, you know. They're finished, they're finished, they're finished. That way, phone call comes in, something, you're halfway through doing one and you only did one, forgot, thought you'd done them both. So that's just one way, someone told me. Right, so they've both hit now. This is just me. Every bolt has been double checked, just to make sure. Okay, so that's how we get a piston and rod in and torqued. I'll continue. We've got 3 done now. I'll continue putting the rest through, just like they lay it out here. So, like I said, what we got here has to go in there exactly the same. Okay, so when the motor is flipped over the right way, we just put that piston into that hole. So, we'll continue with this. We'll get the rest of these pistons and rods in, torque down, we'll put you on hyperlapse, and we'll come back for the next bit. And don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.